It's so clean. You gotta have 2 covers on this. 2.
You got the cover protecting the cover.
You got the cover protecting the cover. The cover is so valuable. You gotta have another cover.
Hey.
Like to spit sparks everywhere. That's why.
Look at that.
Woo! Yeah.
Nice, man. Look at that.
So I already got the. See, I see the vision. And that'll be cut. Oh my God.
Sitting there like, lots of vehicles, out of state,
Right. What's going on?
random flights, sniffles.
We cover soup.
We call
Tom
it
Cruise when he's
knock
flying
on
the
the door.
plane.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Crashed in
yeah.
Florida. Yeah, that's what's next.
Oh, they got me crying up here. All right. Okay. All right. Let's bring it together. Bring it together.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna bring it together.
Want to know?
Okay. All right. This guy's doing things. We still doing another car review up here up north. We got Mr. Johnson back in it.
The Midwest King.
We got that 911 you see behind us, and we're gonna get a quick tour of it. You know, he didn't want to pull it out, but I twisted his arm just a little bit. So, all right, Dwayne.
Well,
Tell us about your car.
it's a 1996 Porsche 911 Carrera 993 model.
Okay.
I've had it since maybe 9 years now. So before the air-cooled boom and craze and price increases and all that, I was looking for an older 911, and somebody reached out that had one, and ended up picking it up in Tennessee from a guy that owned a shop. So
Okay.
a lot of the stuff that's done to it to make it non-stock was kind of already done to a certain degree. And he used the car as his daily, and he also tracked it. So it is track ready.
Okay. So when you picked this up in Tennessee, did you have it shipped back to Michigan?
No, I drove it, and remember I stayed at your house.
I do.
Yeah, I flew down and picked it up, and drove it back. And it's a great car. It's one of those cars where when you get into it, especially with us being in Michigan, it's in storage on a lift for 6 months. So when you pull it out in the spring and you finally take it out, it's nice to be able to kind of learn to enjoy it again. So
Absolutely.
it's a gift and a curse living in Michigan. A lot of our sports cars, you put away. So you look forward to spring, taking them out and enjoying them, and then putting them away. I enjoy that. I don't think if I lived in Florida where I could drive this every day, I'd probably get sick of it. So that's a good thing.
What those look like some big brakes you got there.
Yeah, so this is the 993 turbo brakes that were added to this car.
Okay.
So 6-piston, I don't know, vented brakes on there. So that's a Porsche factory option for the turbo edition, which this is not. This is a non-turbo car, so it's just a flat 6, about 300 horsepower.
300 horsepower.
But the car is fairly light, 2,200 pounds, so
yeah, that's light. Okay.
That's plenty. So
can we see the inside?
yeah, sure. Got a classic Porsche click. I'm gonna get this click.
Okay, hit that click. I didn't hear it.
Hear that click?
That click.
That clickety
That's
click.
that click. Anybody that owns a Porsche knows that click.
Knows that click. So
Okay.
the interior is mostly stock. These speaker pods and all that are factory options. The factory interior is pretty much intact, minus the radio, the steering wheel, which is off a Carrera RS, and then the shift linkage is custom.
Okay.
FD Motorsports makes a shift linkage that's more like gated. So
Okay.
other than that, the interior is pretty much stock.
Yeah. Kept in condition. Did you have to redo the flooring or anything?
No, the guy that owned it it was in really good shape. There's certain things when you start looking into classic Porsches that are telltale signs that somebody's taking care of the car. One of them being the carpet, and then also the dash typically is cracked. This doesn't have any of that. There's certain areas that accumulate rust just because of the way that the body panels fit together. So this car has been well taken care of, and yeah, it's had great ownership from day one.
Love the wing on this knot.
Yeah, so that is a replica Carrera RS, similar to the steering wheel wing. That was a factory option on the Carrera RS cars. They didn't make a lot of those cars, so they're super rare now in the $300,000 to $500,000 range.
Okay.
So the person that previously had this actually made the kit, a replica kit of that car from an original car. So he started selling parts. So this wing was an M.A. Shaw wing, and so he actually sold those. So he was the guy that originally owned the car.
Okay.
Started making replica parts for RS.
Nice.
So people could put them on it.
Okay. So when you say in the summertime, like how often do you get this car out?
Not enough. Weekends for cars and coffee, short drives. I'm 6'3", so it's a smaller car. So it's a 2 to 5 hour car.
Okay.
You know, if you're sitting there for an extended period of time, it does get a little small, but it's a great driving car. It's really engaging at low speeds, which is nice.
Yeah.
A lot of the newer cars, I've driven GT3s and things before, and you really, you can do 130, sip your latte, and it's not a big deal, but that's the way the cars are kind of getting faster, bigger and more horsepower. So this car at 300 horsepower still is peppy. It's a manual, of course, and it's great for back roads and things like that. So you can really be engaged when you're driving.
Yeah.
At lower speeds. So this car at 70 on a back road is really engaging. Forces you to focus, and you're concentrating on shifting and stuff like that, which is part of the Porsche kind of
Porsche experience,
engaging experience when driving.
So for the people that don't know, Cars and Coffee, like how do you find out when Cars or Coffee is going to be? How do you know?
Well, usually a Facebook group in your town would have access to a page that you can go and find out when the times Cars and Coffee start, or usually they're odd weekends or something like that. Maybe they're once a month. Here in Grand Rapids, because we have such a shortened summer and to enjoy the cars and things like that, we try to do it every other weekend. So we have a pretty big group. About 1,500 people show up.
Wow.
And all types of cars, from motorcycles, from daily drivers, to exotic cars, to Ferraris, you just never know what's going to show up. So that's part of the fun of being engaged in your community, as far as cars go.
Well, Guys Doing Things will be coming up for some Cars and Coffee.
I definitely recommend.
All right, okay, we rolling.
Ready?
I'm ready. No smoke.
Yes, it's air cooled.
I got it, 295/30 ZR18.
Big tire for little car.
Yes, sir. All right. So, I want to thank Dwayne for pulling this car out. He did not want to pull this out, y'all, but I twisted his arm. So, hey, he'll thank me later.
A teaser to pull it out and not drive it because it's 40 degrees outside.
That's right. All right, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all click that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications. All right, we out. Peace. I'm filming.
Mr. Johnson, we'd like to give you an award, for the
the fabulous car you have because you have so many of these awards, you know.
And you can get this at TroyWeldStuff.com.
Okay, can you turn that to the side a little bit so we can see that? Okay.
Custom made trophies at TroyBWeldingStuff.com.
So this is artist.
Give me that back.